Hi, this is Gayle. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, Thursdays at 2 o'clock we have a live stream talking about various subjects that relate to travel. And yes, I'm out in the car doing that again right now. So, let's talk about it. One of the questions that people want to know right when they start planning a vacation destination is how to do that when you have adults and kids. It can be a little challenging. Some of the things that you want to take into consideration are likes and dislikes, budget, and things like that. Now, I did work in the travel industry both as a reservations agent and as a desk clerk, and I've written extensively on travel, even won awards for my travel writing back when I was working for Yahoo and Associated Content and so forth. So, we're gonna, whoops, excuse my phone that keeps moving around a little bit here. I can't quite get the, oops. Okay, it's just gonna wobble. I can't get the tripod to work. Hi, Alex, just me. Welcome. It is good to see you. So we're talking about travel for adults and kids, and that can really be a difficult challenge. Oh, hey, Alex, it's your birthday. Congratulations. Okay. And the thing you want to get into when you're looking at adults and kids is, of course, like with Alex with his birthday, you want to look at any kind of celebrations that you can have for birthdays, holidays, or graduations, because it all makes vacations that much nicer. Hi, Joshua. Welcome here. Welcome. And you guys don't forget to give me some likes, okay? Those big thumbs up. No, somebody else is doing the driving, so that makes life easier. We've had to make a real quick stop, though. So, thank you. Whoever gave me a like, thank you. It's appreciated. So, choosing a destination for adults and kids, since we talk about travel on Thursdays. First thing you want to do is sit down and have a talk with the family, figure out what everybody likes, doesn't like. You know, you probably already have a good idea, but it doesn't hurt to have that conversation anyway. Then look at your budget and figure out what area of the country is going to be right for you. Then look at what they have to offer as far as attractions and things like that. Then, after you do that, talk to the family again. Make a list of what the absolutely must do things are and work with that. So if somebody says they absolutely must go to the, let's say, a Lego aquarium, and somebody else doesn't want to go, but they absolutely want to go to the beach or a specific amusement park or something like that, then try to figure out a way that you can do both. But if there are lesser things that the kids don't want to do or you don't want to do, factor in those things as well. Let's say if you want to go to the zip line, the kids want to go to an amusement park, and you've got one that wants to go to a museum. One possibility is to look for a zip line opportunity that's close to an amusement park, or decide, you know, which would be more interesting to you. Because if the kids aren't happy, you're not going to have a good time. If you're not happy, they're not going to have a good time. So it all comes in together, and it can be really challenging. The other thing to look at is health considerations for everybody on the trip. You know, there may be some health reasons why somebody can't go to the beach or why they can't go to the lake. And if somebody really, really is dead set on doing those things, then you have to balance. You know, it may not be possible to go to the beach if you have somebody that can't be out in the heat, for example. But it may be possible to go to a lake or somewhere where it's cooler. Another thing is look at a different portion of the country. Go cool when it's hot, go hot when it's cool. Those are considerations, especially if you like to do a whole lot of outdoor activities. But what do you guys think? I've got 2 people here on the stream. What do you guys have in mind? How do you choose a vacation? Because it can be really interesting. Oh, hey, Emmy's 509 Flavors is here. Oh, and Alex, I see Alex came back from vacation. Whoops. And you went to the beach. Beaches are awesome. Emmy, choosing by price is a really good thing. You always have to keep that into consideration. And Stellar is here. Hi, Stellar. Welcome to my live stream. I know you may have some comments to add about how to choose that destination for multi-generations, for adults and kids. Oh, hey, Emmy's 509 Flavors. Sam, thank you very much for that big like. It's appreciated. And you all don't forget to give me those likes, those big thumbs up, because they really help. Whoops, there we go. We're off again, continuing on our trip. Emmy says she honestly has to choose child-friendly resorts. And that's a good idea, especially places like Walt Disney World that also have babysitting. That really helps. Where are you going? Well, I think we're heading on up to Jefferson City, Tennessee, I think is where we're going today. Well, let's kind of see where the road takes us. Or when the kids were small and we all wanted to go different places, we would say, well, let's see where the car takes us, and then give the driver the control. And that made it, for the kids, that made it an adventure, because they were always like, yeah, let's see where we go. And we always wound up going where the driver wanted to. And that makes sense too, Emmy, that you don't trust to leave your kids. I guess I felt better at places like Walt Disney World than anywhere else where they had the group daycare. Now, my kids hated it, but they forgave me eventually, I think. Because what we found out was the child care that we had arranged for them was not of their age group, even though it was advertised as being for their age group. So you kind of have to watch that too. Spider-Man the Hero says, watch out for Lone Star ticks. That's true, especially if you go hiking or are out in the woods at all. Any kind of ticks, you want to watch out for them. I think we have a couple of different things in the southeast. And just watching for dangers in general when you have kids and adults. We stopped at a rest area in Texas when we were going to New Mexico. And it was just beautiful. It was a great place for kids to get out of the car and run. There was a little museum there. You could stretch your legs, except going over onto the side of the building, there's this nice little place for kids that kids could climb, except it says, watch out for rattlesnakes. So you have to take that in consideration too. But when you choose a destination for adults and kids, you really want to make sure it's safe for everybody. Because what's safe for an adult may not be safe for a kid. So that's definitely a thing to keep in mind. We used to like to pick attractions like the beach or like a lake. All ages would find something, because usually as you go like near the ocean and stuff, we were able to find, for example, the Outer Banks of California out in North Carolina. Lovely, lovely lighthouses to climb, gorgeous scenery that's, oh my gosh, drop dead gorgeous. You've got the whole beach effect going on, but there are also museums, and there was an estuarium and places that could make it educational. Now, I know the kids don't like to have an education when they're on vacation, but it makes it easier. Stellar says it worked out well for restaurants too. And Emmy says, yeah, Disney I would feel good about, but not in the Dominican Republic. Yeah, that's a huge, it definitely depends on where you are. That's right, Stellar, you weren't the target audience for that Disney daycare. They had advertised it as being great for tweens, but it wasn't. And you're right, DC works pretty well because, again, Washington's got that combination of museums plus other attractions and music. You know, you've got everything from walking around in DC to specific things. Kids may like the Spy Museum, for example. They may even enjoy just walking around Union Station, things like that. But at the same time, the adults may want to take in a concert at the Kennedy Center. Choosing a hotel makes a difference too. One of the best trips we took with the kids, we actually wound up going to Embassy Suites in Washington, D.C. It was on a weekend. We got a weekend rate. It was a youth group. It was a little bit pricey, but even with the discount. But here's the thing. We could fit all 6 people into the hotel room, which is a big deal. A lot of places will only let you put 5 in a hotel room. Some will only let you put 4. So we were able to get all of us in the same hotel room, which eliminated the extra room. The other thing was they had a full breakfast in the morning, and they would let the kids take a piece of fruit or something for later while we were out. So I didn't have to buy breakfast. And when I say a full breakfast, I'm talking somebody was standing there flipping omelets in the air for us. It was to die for the kids, which they got breakfast and a show, so they enjoyed that. Plus, the hotel had a manager's special reception thing in the evenings, so we got the kids back to the hotel in time for that, and we didn't have to buy snacks. So, and the pool kept the kids happy, the workout room kept us happy, and there were just a lot of conveniences by staying at that Embassy Suites that appealed to adults and kids. For the adults, we also had the advantage of we could order pizza for the kids. And with room service, we could also order a nice meal for us, but we all wound up having pizza that night. So you're right, Washington, D.C. is a great city to choose. Yeah. And somebody else over here is suggesting the Alamo, San Antonio, because the Alamo has got such history to it. San Antonio Riverwalk is romantic, but there's also places and things, you know, that'll make kids happy. And of course, budget is always primary. You've got to stay within your means, or nobody will have a good vacation. So what other kind of things do you guys think about when you're looking at vacation destinations? I like the sign language, Gayle. Okay. So are we talking about sign languages in hand motions, or are we talking about the language that's on the signs? And let's see, I have a message coming in. Okay. Yeah, somebody on Twitter again, and they've got a good suggestion in that you should always bring things for your kids to do, so that if you're, let me pull that back down, so that if you're doing something as an adult, the kids can have an activity too. Something quiet like washable markers and or colored pencils, because crayons melt. So that's a good tip too. Because life's kind of about that happy medium sometimes. Oh, on your hand sign language. Okay. That can be helpful. That can be helpful. Which makes DC a good place to go to if you have a child that's hearing impaired, or if you're hearing impaired. You're more likely to find somebody, since they've got Gallaudet University there. You may be more likely to find somebody that can do sign language in case you need it. Yeah, good tips, good tips. What else do you guys keep in mind about choosing a destination for kids? And I got another tweet. Hold on a second. Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. This lady is saying she doesn't go anywhere where she can't book a minivan, which is important for kids to get in and out of. I totally agree. So that's definitely a good tip. The state fair and county fair, those are also good places sometimes to make a destination, because if the kids don't want to go to the county fair, there may be rodeos, or parents don't want to go to a county fair, there may be other attractions nearby. And with special passes, that tends to be, that can be user friendly, helpful, good for the old budget. There you go. Well, look, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cut this live stream since we're traveling. We did just stop for a second so I could stream, because the tripod's not working well here and things are getting a little wobbly. But I want to thank you guys for stopping in, and leave me any comments or suggestions down below that you guys may have for travel destination tips. And I'm going to see you guys Sunday night at 9 p.m. and I really want to thank you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all out, about, and online. Say, don't forget to live bodaciously, and that means grabbing whatever life you can and making it fun. And again, thank you, Josh Williams, Spider-Man the Hero, Stellar Piper, and everyone who's gotten to come in so far. Emmy, you too. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.